My name is Tyler Franklin Albrechtson. I guess if I consider myself anything in the art world, it'd be a toy maker. I was born in San Diego in 1985. I was one of those kids that colored inside the lines and sat there with markers and tried to get shading and values and things like that even as a kid, trying to make things look real. I know you'd have kids that would draw maybe something, like a purple, purple rooster or something like that. I was trying to make the rooster look real, as realistic as possible. So I guess that's where it started. That's where like the love for the arts or the artist in me really started to kind of grow from. Of course, like being a child of the 90s, all the media influences and things like that only nurtured that more, I think. I wasn't able to realize it then, obviously, because I was too young, but I was raised by Saturday morning cartoons and, the Fruity Pebbles cereal boxes and all these cartoons and animations and video games, man. I sat down in front of the Nintendo and just, dove into a whole different world. And I think through that really kind of shaped me into an artist without realizing I was becoming one. It was all those influences that later, as I became older and started to kind of practice artwork, that it started to kind of come out through me naturally. Those things that I took in visually were now starting to come out through the hand. I started out as an industrial design major. One of the paths you could take was toy making. That's one of the, so you can do either automotive design, which, you see the commercials with guys like sculpting the cars out of clay and all that. And you can do product design, so literally like making the next toaster and what it's going to design it and look what it's going to look like and how it's going to function. Or then becoming a toy maker, literally designing the next set of toys and stuff. It wasn't until I'd say in the last year that I even thought that I'd be a toy maker. I started by doing resin cast experiments, just pouring chemical combinations of resins into molds and trying to see what I could get, and then finding dyes. And as I discovered one material and one way of doing things, I'd do some research and find another material and something else that I could maybe add. And my own curiosity started me down a path of kind of experimentation of plastics and materials and different things that I could do. And now I'd say I'm at that phase that I've been able to experiment and kind of learn how the materials work and how the process works. And I'm now at that point where I can now maybe start to push into large production and making my own stuff and doing real nice toys. What I love most about toy making is the end product. It's something tangible, something you can hold, something you can touch. And as we constantly go further and further into the world of the digital, where things are no longer tangible, books, just everything around us is starting to go digital. There's this human need to touch, this human need. You want to be able to hold something. You want to be able to see it with you, up close. And to me, those toys bridge that gap easily. And it's a translator. To see a character go from paper to television to 3D in your hand. Here it is. This is it. This is a 1/16th scale of what it would be. Enlarge this 16 times, and this character would be real standing in your home. And that's always absolutely fascinated me. But as long as I'm making stuff, that's it for me. That's the true happiness, is I'm a maker. And as long as I'm getting to make, that's it. I can't wake up with a bad day. I'm making stuff. If I don't sell things, if I don't make a bunch of money on it doesn't matter. I get to wake up and I get to play with toys for a living. I get to be a kid forever. And it was through my childhood that I've kind of rediscovered myself as an adult. The skateboarding, it was the toys, it was the comic books that brought me all this happiness and joy in life. And it's like, well, let it bring it again, man, and find a way to make that your life. And so that's where it's going, and that's where it's been. And I hope everybody gets to find their version of that. I think that's the dream, man. If you find something that just makes you so happy that you get to do it every day and claim that it's work, whatever, you're on it. You're living the dream.